All right, let's get right into it. If you're a Polaris UTV owner, you're probably all too familiar with a frustratingly common problem, that broken passenger seat. Well, today we're not just looking at a quick fix. Nope. We're talking about a full-on re-engineering that takes a major factory weakness and turns it into an incredible point of strength.
So here it is. The before and after nobody wants. On the left, you've got the seat as it's supposed to be, held in by this little plastic mount. But on the right, well, that's the reality for so many of us. The plastic gets brittle, it cracks, and eventually the whole thing just rips right out. It's that classic moment when you try to lift the seat and disaster.
And look, the really important thing to get here is that this isn't your fault. This isn't just random wear and tear from hitting the trails too hard. It's a weakness that's literally baked into the original design. Relying on a tiny piece of plastic to handle all that stress, it's just a recipe for failure. And even trying to weld it is just a temporary patch at best.
So the mission becomes crystal clear. We have to forget about temporary fixes. The goal here is to build something that's actually better and way stronger than what came from the factory. It's about creating a permanent solution that really lives up to the rugged nature of the machine itself.
All right, let's get our hands dirty and see how this was done. It all starts with a fundamental change in material. You know, the key to a fix that actually lasts is to get rid of the problem component, that plastic base, and just start fresh with something much, much better.
And this is the new foundation. Instead of that brittle plastic, the base is now a custom-cut piece of super sturdy 9mm finished birch plywood. As you can see, it's been shaped perfectly and test-fitted to line up exactly with the UTV's frame mounts. A perfect match.
Okay, so you've got this flat piece of wood. How in the world do you get it to match that original curved seat shape? Well, this is where some seriously cool, old-school woodworking comes into play. It's a real art form.
To get those raised edges just right, thin 4mm plywood strips were used. The whole process starts by soaking them in hot water. Then you hit them with high-temperature steam. We're talking over 100 degrees Celsius to make the wood fibers super pliable. From there, it's a careful process of forming it, clamping it down tight, and then just letting it dry into its new, permanent shape.
But, it's never quite as simple as it sounds, right? Like any real craft, this had its challenges. Trying to bend wood without it cracking or splintering takes a ton of patience, especially when you're dealing with those really tight curves in the seat's design.
And check this out. This is that solution in action. You can see the steamed wood strip being carefully clamped into place around that plywood base. It's this perfect combination of heat, moisture, and just steady, constant pressure that convinces the wood fibers to bend and take on a whole new form.
And boom, look at that. Here's what you get for all that patience. After all it dries and you take the clamps off, you have a perfectly smooth, incredibly strong corner that holds its shape without any issue. This is the kind of detail that separates a quick fix from true craftsmanship.
Okay, the woodworking looks amazing. But now for the moment of truth. It's time to put it all back together and create a mounting system that will, and I mean this, never fail again. So, let's see how it all comes together.
Now this right here is the heart of the whole re-engineering. We're ditching those weak plastic inserts completely. Instead, solid steel carriage bolts are set right into the plywood base. These then connect to extension nuts, creating this incredibly robust all-metal connection to the UTV frame. This connection is not going anywhere.
And there it is, the finished product, all reupholstered and installed back in the Ranger. I mean, to the average person, it looks completely stock. It just blends right into the interior. The only difference is that it's now built to a standard that's way, way higher than when it rolled off the factory floor.
So, let's talk about the real test. Because a repair looking good on day one is one thing. The real question is, how does it perform over time? How did this custom solution actually hold up to real-world abuse?
Well, the verdict is in. 3 years later, after countless hours on the trail, bumps, you name it, this custom-built wooden seat base is still absolutely perfect. We're talking 0 issues, 0 failures, and best of all, 0 of that constant worry that came with the original plastic design.
I mean, when you put it side by side like this, it's not even a contest, is it? It's night and day. This whole project really captures those core principles of great Scandinavian design. You're prioritizing function, you're using superior natural materials for durability, and you're showcasing craftsmanship that is just built to last a lifetime.
And that really leaves you with a final thought, doesn't it? It proves that sometimes the best solution isn't just buying another replacement part, but completely upgrading your thinking. So why would you settle for a known weakness? What other parts of your gear could be improved? Not just repaired, but truly re-engineered for the better.